I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to yet another player review, the second of two objective cards released by EA yesterday, of course, Ibra and now Kubo. 4-star, 4-star, of course, coming up from an 88 rated Future Stars card. This guy has a very nice card, like, beyond this. So the 88 itself is a very nice card. I had it for a long time, and I used to bring him off the bench. He was unbelievably quick. He didn't really feel as quick as Kent, but who does, right? And especially that draft version, that's just a mad card. But he is still a very, very good player that was around the time around 160,000 coins. And I got him in, and he did a job, and in the end, he just didn't cut it anymore. I mean, he's still decent. You can still use him and have fun with him, but he needed to be a little bit better. And now they've gone and released the 94 Summer Heat card. Nice link into Kamada, which I think is probably one of the biggest selling points of this card for me. I know he's a free card through an objective, but you know what I mean? One of the reasons why I really wanted to do it was because we could link him to Kamada. Now, with that being said, he's got lean body type, high attacking work rate, medium defensive work rate, left-footed, and then some really nice stats across the board. 99 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 96 positioning, 99 finishing, and 94 shot power, with 99 short passing and 90 vision. And then, of course, those free kicks as well, absolutely deadly. You may or may not see evidence of that in the review. 99 dribbling, 98 ball control, 99 for agility and balance, and then 99 stamina to boot. A few stats that may put you off here: 80 composure and 76 reactions. And then, of course, well, 70 strength. I mean, it doesn't really put me off because he's 5'8". You wouldn't expect anything else. But the balance, in my opinion, is a more important stat than the strength this year because it seems to work a little bit better for you. You get the sort of rub of the green, if you will, when you go into a challenge with someone, like a 50-50 ball, and you go in, the person with a higher balance, and then, of course, if you have strength to boot, then fine. But the person with a higher balance in general will just sort of bundle their way through it. It's one of the reasons why when you go in for a challenge and you think, well, I've got the ball there, and you don't get it, is because defenders don't generally have high balance. So, yeah, that's my theory at least. Run with it if you will, but that's entirely up to you. Now, as we progress through this, we're going to, I mean, it's not going to be easy to fit him into a team. And it's obviously not necessary that you have, like, Kamada, for example. I mean, I've done it on a different account, for example. So what I'm saying is I want to link him to that player, and I will do that on the road to glory at some point. But for right now, just going to stick him into a La Liga team. And if you don't have a La Liga team, and you don't have a full Japanese side, because that would be almost impossible to play with in this game, then you are looking at a super sub. Even though I started him in the team, like starting 11, I will give you an opinion of what I think he could offer off the bench, because that's where I would imagine most of you will be wanting to play Kubo, and that's fine. His composure and reactions are definitely two stats that if he was an SBC, you'd be thinking to yourself, do I really want to complete this? Let's just assume he was 200k or even 100k. Do I really want to complete this? Because it's a card that has very poor reactions, no traits to speak of, very low composure in comparison with what other cards of 94 rated have. And of course, he doesn't have great long shots either. And then low aggression, strength, and a few other bits and bobs here or there. Crossing, for example, is actually a stat that we'll talk about later on in the video. But yeah, there's definitely an awful lot there that I think if you were looking at this from an SBC point of view, you'd be trying to talk yourself out of it, really. You know, even if they made it 184 rated team, you'd be thinking, right, well, reasons for me not to do this, because this is an unbelievably cheap SBC, I need them. And then you start talking about composure, reactions and such. Are they a problem? Maybe. The composure is probably the one that stands out the most in terms of both the reactions and composure as being an issue, because that's the one where I can never tell whether it's me, whether it's the gameplay, or whether it's the card itself. And there are evidence of clips here of him missing chances he should be putting away, maybe getting tackled when he shouldn't be, or maybe getting tackled before he's able to play the pass, which is something that happens a lot with players with low composure, or rather that should happen. like I said, I'm not sure whether it was just me not playing well enough, for example, or whether it was the card itself just not up to standard. With regards to reactions, I didn't see any problem at all. I've noticed the last couple of days the game is unbelievably unresponsive. I'm not sure whether that's because it's obviously Friday and everyone's playing champs or whatever it may be. People were finishing off the last week's objectives on Thursday, of course, so maybe that was to do. That was the problem that I had then, but for some reason heel-to-heel flicks just are not registering, lateral or otherwise. Certain ball rolls and certain passes, they're just not going the right way. Not sure what's that comes down to. I know that's kind of half normal, but not to be 3 days consistent. So I'm going to take the reactions with a pinch of salt, because sometimes I tell him to do a heel-to-heel flick, he doesn't do it, but every card is like that, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But yeah, when it comes to like drag backs and just standard ball rolls and things like that, and me telling him to shoot or pass and him doing it, his reactions are fine. Absolutely no problem whatsoever, so I'm not going to worry about it, and I don't think you should either. I mean, if you're sort of top level and you are looking for every advantage possible, I can tell you straight away without watching any more, this card isn't going to be for you. There are far too many variables for it to be a logical option. Someone like Sancho, for example, is a far better shout for a right wing than Kubo, even Dembele. Like, I always forget his first name. Is it Ousmane Dembele? Barcelona guy. Anyway, yeah, the Barcelona right wing. I can't remember his first name. Anyway, he is a better option in my opinion, his Champions League card, because again, he's 5-star, weak foot, I think he's 5-star, and he just fits the meta of the game. Kubo is unbelievably quick, and of course with the, I didn't want to give him a chem style to boost up the acceleration or anything. I really wanted to boost up the long shots. Thought I'd give him a little bump up in vision as well as getting those reactions up. So a Maestro chem style just seemed to be the logical choice. There's a lot of wasted stats in there because the ball control and the dribbling are already up at 99. I'm aware of that. But, you know, it does hit sort of 3 or 4 of the things that I was concerned about. Giving him that chem style does make him a very dangerous player off the bench. Like I said, I didn't bring him off the bench once. I started him the entire time. But I would imagine bringing him off the bench is going to cause issues, because even later on in the game, because he's got 99 stamina, he was then causing more and more problems for fullbacks who potentially had been on overlap the entire game. I played a guy in amongst this who had his fullbacks on join the attack, and he must have had them on overlap as well, because every single opportunity possible they were bombing up the field, and then they were having to sprint all the way back. Later on in the game, Kubo was tearing them to pieces, and of course if he'd come on as fresh, he would have been even better. He would have just been ripping through them as if they weren't even there. So as a sub, I would imagine that this is the type of card you'll be looking to bring on. You know, like I bring on in certain circumstances, not necessarily in champs, but in rivals, I will look to bring on the likes of Flashback Mertens and Team of the Season Quincy Promes and such. And the reason I do that is because they're fast, they're skillful, they're very good on the ball, and of course they fit the meta beautifully. Kubo is absolutely no exception whatsoever. And of course, for a free card, you can't really go wrong. I mean, even if all you want to do is chuck him straight into an SBC as a 94 rated card as like a make weight for the rating, then that's fine as well, because you can complete all of this in squad battles. You don't need to do it in rivals. Every single I think you can do it all in, I did it all in rivals, but I'm pretty sure you can do it all in squad battles, even the wins. I'll double check it now just to be sure, because I don't want to spread misinformation. Yeah, it is. So score in 9 squad battles, as well as rivals, of course. So yeah, you can do that as well. And that, of course, is going to give you a double amount of rewards, really, because you're going to get a bunch of squad battle rewards then on Monday, which is something on top of that Kubo card. So even if you do decide to put Kubo into an SBC, you can then, of course, claim those packs back and still sort of count that as an expense, if you will, of doing the card. I think he's a very good card. I definitely think he's worth the unlock. The reactions and the composure, especially with the Maestro chem style, they don't really come into question. I'm not going to criticize the composure. The strength, it is what it is with a card like this. I don't really think that's too much of a problem either. He's actually very good in front of goal. Very, very quick. The crossing is something I said I'd mention, I didn't. 83 is low, and if you use the actual cross button, it can go a little bit wayward. If you double tap the pass button for your crosses, like you get to the byline, double tap, pass backwards, it's never a problem because his passing is fine. Just know that the sort of low driven crosses across the box can sometimes go maybe to the wrong person, but again, because it's FIFA, I don't know whether that's the card or the game, so just put a little asterisk next to it. Great card, definitely worth the unlock. If you have done it, let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.